Hi. This is what I deal with.
Hello.
She just finished Kitchener stitching.
Hi.
Welcome to Two Tangled Skeins. I think she's punchy today, which is going to be fun. Today is Sunday, August 20th, 2017, and this is episode 2011. We've been MIA for a little bit.
It is not episode 2011.
I mean, 211. Woohoo! Can we start over?
No.
No. I'm Sue, also known as Crafty Knitter 7. I'd like to welcome new and returning viewers.
Are you sure?
Shush.
I'm Lynne, also known as Toll Baby. You can find us on Ravelry, Facebook, our blog, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Etsy shops, Twists, Stitches, Rhinebeck, everywhere. I improvised.
Yes, I saw that.
Woo!
So you have a hoe.
I have a hoe. Yay!
Can you tell she's a little excited?
I am. They got me this yarn at Stitches 2 weeks ago. I have a hoe.
She cast on as we were sitting at Stitches.
That's all I did at Stitches. I cast on and then I was wiped out.
She cast on and gave us minis.
Yeah, I gave you and Tara and Sarah minis.
Yeah.
And because Tara was sitting with us. Hi, Tara. And then I cast on and I didn't touch it again until I got home.
Yeah, there was not much time for knitting. We were go, go, go.
It was a 48-hour in Chicago type of trip. Well, it was more like, what's 48 plus 12? 60 hours in Chicago.
Yeah, let's not talk
math and everything.
Let's not talk about the road trip down.
Oh, poor Sarah.
Poor Sarah. We love you, Sarah.
Sarah drove for about an hour and a half while I conked out in the front seat. And I woke up when she missed the exit onto 69 from 96. And she went, oh shit! Sorry.
It has to be said.
Really loudly. Scared the crap out of me. I woke up. She's like, I missed the exit. I'm like, that's okay. We can turn around. But as soon as we got on 69, it started hailing.
To the point where the windshield wipers wouldn't go fast
They
enough.
couldn't keep up, and everybody was pulling off the highway. And she's like, do you mind if I pull off? And I'm like, go for it.
Just pull into that little merge with all those bunch of cars all together, so we're safe.
Everybody was pulling off the highway. It was bad.
But there was still people driving by.
Oh, yeah. Some people have no fear. I have a healthy dose of fear, so I'm perfectly okay with pulling off to the side of the road.
It was insane.
And yeah, so the 14-hour drive took us 17 hours going down and 16 hours coming back. On the way back, it was traffic accidents on the 401. So
yeah,
as soon as we hit Guelph,
yeah, it was like boom.
We're running Guelph.
Sarah's like, welcome home.
Although she was a pretty good navigator because we were on the express lanes and we noticed that there was an awful lot of taillights up ahead of us, brake lights.
She's like,
Go! Like, this is an exit. Get off here because they're closing the road up ahead. So we were like, zoom.
What are the collectors?
Yeah, we got off onto the collectors because there was a car flipped over up ahead and they were closing almost the entire expressway. So we were like, that was an easy escape. That was a good escape.
Yeah, it was good.
But
that would have been a long time.
It was a fun trip. We got to go to Navy Pier for the first time. Not a lot to do.
Oh, that was your first time too.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
That's why I guilt tripped him because he keeps telling me he's going to take me to Navy Pier and he never had. So we went to Navy Pier.
It was fun. We went to Duays.
Yes.
We went to
of course
Cake and Shake.
Steak and Shake. Cake and Shake is is here.
Okay.
Yeah, we went to Steak and Shake.
What? I was trying to combine my two loves.
You can do that in Parkdale.
Okay. So yeah, yeah. I got to go to Joanne's, as you'll see later.
Yes. She's got this whole little mountain of stuff here that she needs to show you guys.
But there's podcast stuff in there too, so.
Yeah, but most of it's stash. Yesterday we went to Twist. Oh! She says, where's your twist?
I'll be right back. Sorry.
She says, I'm not buying any yarn today. We went by the Artfill booth. Artfill is gorgeous, gorgeous yarn. And they had a bin in the corner. It was cashmere merino, and it was on sale for $21.60 a skein. And I said, "Oh, hey Sue, there's this bin of sale cashmere over there," and she went, "Shut up."
In the corner on the floor.
Yeah.
So people were kind of like doing this, and I had like the yarn like this, which I will show you later.
She was guarding it with her life.
And then one lady was like, "If you have any rejects," which I did. So. Okay.
So yeah, Twist was fun, super fun. I slept 12 hours after we got home.
I was on vacation, so I was fine, but she had
I went to bed. Well, yeah, stitches. When we got back, I had to go to work the next day. Everybody else had the day off.
We were in Quebec.
I had to go to work, and I was a zombie that day. But yeah, yesterday when I got home, I went to bed. I think it was 7:30.
We were a little excited yesterday, going, "It's Friday! It's Friday!"
No, that was the day before.
No, you went, "Today is Friday. Tomorrow's Twist." You were excited.
Well, yeah, that was Friday.
I know.
Yesterday was Twist.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty. Awesome. Okay, so what is that?
Okay, so I have a hoe. These are Sue's, there it is. You can see her dolphins there. So these are Sue's Schwarzkraft sock blockers. I'm gonna see if he'll do you a pair in green. But this sock is my usual sock pattern, so it's based on the sock recipe, A Good Plain Sock by Stephanie Pearl McPhee. It's got my heel flap that I like the feel of, and it's got my rounded toe that I like the feel of. And this yarn, look at this. Aren't those colors amazing? It's got all the colors.
It does. And they meld and blend and...
I know it looks like there's just red, green, and blue.
There's not.
There's orange, there's brown, there's yellow, there's purple, there's all kinds of colors in there. It's not doing it justice. This...
Would you like to show that so they can see?
This is what it looks like in the skein. So you can see it's not red, not just red, green, and blue. This is what it looks like in the skein. And it is from the Fibrarium. That way.
I don't know why it won't focus anymore.
Focus, you. You're going to focus.
Maybe the autofocus is off. I don't know.
Anyway, it's from the Fibrarium. I'll just sit there playing with the focus for half an hour. It is Conservatory Sock Yarn, and the colorway, even though it's not on the little card, is Funfetti, because we did ask her if there was a colorway name. Mm-hmm. And her yarns are not yet in Ravelry. We're going to pick on her and try to get her to do that, because they are really nice yarns.
And I think she was new at Stitches this year.
Yeah. I think she's new, period. Yeah. Like, I don't think she's been dyeing all that long.
There were a lot of new vendors.
Yeah. And I know she had never been at Stitches. So this is what it knits up like. This is going to be the second sock.
And she gives me a mini, but I'm like, I've got my own. But the mini will be different.
But that's not for you.
That is mine.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was for...
No.
Oh. You went back and bought one, huh?
Yeah.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I remember that now. I was sitting
Sarah
at the table
like,
knitting.
Do it. Or you said do it.
I was sitting at the table casting on, and I was winding the yarn. And Sue's like...
Literally.
I was like, just go buy it. And she's like, okay.
I went one way, Sarah went another.
And I just sat there
winding
yarn.
I was really good at Stitches.
You were.
I was. You will be impressed. The rest,
this is all I came home with.
The
From
driver,
Chicago.
The driver gets yarn.
This is all. What did you do with the brown envelope you went? Oh, there it is. Okay. So that's my hoe.
Is that a pattern, or you just...
No. I just called it tapestry socks because the colors made me think of a medieval tapestry.
Okay.
Just the combination of colors and the muted colors with the bright colors and the whole bit. And it just made me think
You've got your
of that.
milestone sock pattern that you love.
That's why it only took me 2 weeks. And this was with very little knitting time this week. I didn't have a lot of energy for knitting. I didn't have a lot of brain power for knitting. I had a couple of bad days blood sugar wise that really sent my knitting into a tailspin because I don't knit when I'm foggy.
Well, so, no, that's not a good idea.
I am back on medication now. Hooray! I had run out of medication and my doctor was away for 2 months.
But isn't there, like... People run out of meds. These are life-saving meds.
Well, it's because I don't have a private healthcare plan. This medication is not covered by the province, which is my drug plan, is the provincial one. And because I don't have a private insurance, these pills would cost me $250 for 10. So my doctor is awesome and gives me piles and piles and piles of sample packs.
Yeah, because that... Ooh. But is it working?
It seems to be helping. It wasn't working before, but now that I'm getting more active and moving around more and drinking a lot more water, it's helping.
And going to and from work helps.
Well, the other thing is I've been eating a lot better, not necessarily because I'm back at work, but because I'm making a conscious effort to eat less junk food. And I'm trading off carbs. Like, if I have carbs in one meal, I don't have them in the other two and stuff like that.
You were doing that at Stitches, which was...
So, but I wasn't doing that yesterday. Oh,
no, yesterday was
a big carb day.
I'm doing it.
Yesterday,
it was hot.
I didn't have breakfast before I left, which I really should have. And so I grabbed 2 croissants on the road. Like, just plain regular croissants. And then lunch, we went to this little restaurant that had pizza and pasta, among other things, but mainly pizza and pasta. So I had pasta for lunch, which was probably not a good plan.
Sorry if you hear the lawnmower.
Hi, Sean. We can't actually see him, but
he has to get it done before it rains.
Yeah. Yesterday was... We got lucky. We got really lucky.
When we arrived at our campsite last Saturday, we did not get so lucky. We had hail. It usually rains when we arrive. Always. It's just a given, but this was insane. Anyhow. Do you have any other whips?
Nope.
Okay.
Because I left the other one at home.
Okay.
I was so excited about the sock that...
I'm going to show this after. As one does, I brought 3 projects to the campground with me.
How many did you bring to Chicago? How many did you bring to Chicago, just out of curiosity?
4. But 2 of those were socks. So, did I... Please tell me I still didn't write down her name. Gosh.
You don't remember it by now?
No. So the lumberjack... Anyway, you know what? Doesn't matter. Lumberjack, which is this gorgeous pattern, which is a sweater, but I'm going to be steeking it and making it into a cardigan for hubby. Because he has a flax and he has a sweater already, so he doesn't really want one. And I just figured I'm not going to do the knitting and purling because this is a lot of stitches. Let's just see. Okay. Where the bottom marker is where I was last time we podcasted up to the black. Where the black marker is what I did during camping. So, almost 2 inches, which isn't too bad. This is knit out of Valley Yarn Superwash DK in the extra fine merino, and it's light gray. It comes in these cute little balls. It's really like, is that like dove heather almost? Almost. It's super soft. And it's knit on size 4mm, which is a US 6. And I tried it on and sent the girls pictures because, of course, when I tried it on, you know, this looked like a bra on my husband. And so he had to make the weird face, so I had to show the girls the weird faces he was making. So that's one. It's in my project bag that I made for myself out of this beautiful fabric. The other thing I picked up was my mitered square blanket, and I managed to... I had half of this green square done, but I undid it because I had forgot to slip and knit through the back, and it wasn't giving me my beautiful edge that we have. And then I didn't have enough, so I had to fudge it and finish with this other green. And this is by Martine Ellis, and it's out of scraps on 2.25mm, which is a US 1? 1.5. I don't know, maybe I should look. No, it doesn't say. These ones.
Sorry, what was the metric?
2.25.
That's US 1. US 1. I was counting.
Okay. So,
and it's the knitted patchwork recipe by Martine Ellis.
Oh yeah, that. So I'm on. Okay, how did I do this? this is what it looks like, and I'm starting. I need to finish these two.
This is Nidal fibers.
Yep. And so it's the width I want it to be, and now I'm working.
And that's still the socks.
Yeah. See, you guys recognize stuff in here. I don't. And this square is, I don't know what this is.
It's one of my, I believe it's Bittersweet Woolery, but I can't remember the colorway name. But it's one of my, what's that pattern? Faded,
So faded.
No. The other one. Find Your Fade.
Find Your Fade.
The one that I gave to Tanya for her wedding. It's part of that one.
Okay. By Andrea Mowry.
Yeah, that one.
Okay. And the other thing I'm knitting on is a test knit, and I can show this because she has it in her group. And Erin's group is called Remade by Hand, and it's the Coloresque shawl. And I had some fun, not so fun, with lace, of course, because you know me and lace. But she was really helpful and redid the chart for me, and it was kind of awesome. So it's, the dark color is Bittersweet Woolery in the, where is it? Bittersweet Woolery, Guilty Pleasures in the Terrible Lizard, and the bright green is Araucania Itada Solid in the lime green. And so I've started to...
I have a skein of that Terrible Lizard.
Yes, you do. I was like, I really feel bad making this and not socks, but I think it goes well. And then there's a third color that will be added eventually, and it's my Nidian color. Acoustic Sock in olive that Crystal gave me a while back. And this is being knit on US 4, which is a 3.5 millimeter. And like I said, I just started the lace, and it's actually making sense, because what happened was she had the written instructions, and then she had the chart. And you know how the chart has the square, and you follow what's in the square, but it didn't match the written instructions because of aesthetics. So she redid the chart for me, so it matches exactly to the written, because that's why I was getting confused and making mistakes. I would do the chart and then look at the written, go, oh, I made a mistake, fix it, and then continue. Because, you know, that's how I roll. And this is in a bag that Mandy from Mandy Pinecone Crafts gave me, which is a friend of ours, and I'm using the, what do you call these? DPN case that she made me as well for my blanket. And that's on the whips. That's it.
So,
you want me to do
knit
that?
alongs.
Yeah. Knit alongs. So the 2017 Travel the World by Design Cal is still ongoing, and there are some gorgeous, gorgeous things. My favorites are growing way too fast. And it's the third quarter, and the continent is North America. But anybody who chooses a Canadian designer, we will put all of your names into a draw, and you will get a special prize for using a Canadian designer. The Brown Bag Sock Club is in the third quarter as well, and both of those run from July 1st to September 30th.
I just realized something. This counts.
It does.
And it's Canadian. Woo! Sorry. I don't often get to participate in the knit-alongs.
And the Pal Cal is going on in the Actually Knitting Ravelry group, and if you want to go and check that out, it ends on September 1st, and I am a sponsor.
Keep talking for 2 more stitches.
Okay. I guess I'll start my stash, because that'll take more than... No?
Alright. Today is the closing date for Stash Dash.
Oh, that's right!
Get your projects in.
I took it out because I thought it was finished.
Nope, it finishes today.
At midnight?
So get your projects in and see how far you got. I don't even think I hit a kilometer. It was bad.
I put in my Egg to Owl project.
I've barely knit anything. I finished a baby sweater. Did I finish anything else? I don't think I finished anything else. I finished a baby sweater, and it was roughly 200 yards. So, yeah, I didn't get very far. But I tried, and summertime is bad for me because it gets so hot. and I don't want to knit, and I don't have air conditioning.
Yeah.
I've been knitting my sock on the bus, and that's the only reason it made as much progress as it did. The only parts that I did not on the bus were the heel turn, the heel flap and turn, and the whole rest of it was done on the bus, except for about that much this part this morning.
Is that because you weren't at that point, or you don't want to do that on the bus?
It's because I have to keep track.
Yeah.
And I was motivated to get it done so that I could then just knit on the bus. So I tried to get the whole
I always do the heel.
gusset and decrease done at home, but I didn't. So I finished the decreases on the bus, but I did the heel flap and turn on the bus because I have to pay attention to how many rows I've got.
Yeah.
And I don't want to try to do wrap and turn on... Well, I don't wrap. I just turn.
Yeah,
I didn't want to do short rows on the bus.
I do short rows for my heels, and if I don't do it in one shot, I end up having to rip it out and start over.
Yeah. And I didn't want to do that, so I did them at home. And I knit the whole rest of the thing on the bus right up until I got to about half an inch from the decreases. The toe decreases.
Really soft.
They're so pretty.
They are.
I'll give you your sock blocker now before I go home with it.
He's mine. So we have stash. Do you want to go or do you want me to go?
I have a lot less stash, so why don't I go first?
Okay.
Well, first of all, and I feel really bad about this because the last time we recorded this was sitting in my mailbox. And I didn't go check it. This is a package from a lovely viewer named Knitosaurus.
Lynn is loved.
I am so spoiled. She didn't even put her name on the thing. Anyway, she is from Jacksonville. And you will all remember me whining that I had missed the Wonder Woman minis from No Anchors. So she contacted me and she said, I bought them. They're really big minis. There's no way I'm going to use them all. Would you like my leftovers? And I was like, oh, yes, please. I bought her a pattern. And as a trade.
Is that her?
So, yes. So,
Mandy.
She sent me the minis.
Yeah, I got her the constellation minis of the, what is it? BLT?
Yeah. But these are the Wonder Woman minis, and they're
they
so
sparkle.
pretty, and they're sparkly, and they're gorgeous, and I can't wait to add. I know.
Wow. You're spoiled.
So spoiled. She also sent, and I'll have to bring Selma hers, because it's not in here. Because I had Selma's in here, and I gave the ones that I didn't want for me to Sarah. So she also sent me, whoops, sticky, get in there, some salted caramel from Bigelow's, which I can attest is delicious, but I don't drink black tea. But it is delicious. I've had it before. Back when I did drink black tea and got super hyper. But anyway, and she sent this Christmas tea and this lovely Tazo berry blossom white tea, which is amazing. I almost didn't save any for you guys. So those are for you.
Thank you.
I will have to bring some of hers because I drank one and Sarah drank one. Sorry, there's a lot of stuff in here.
Mm-hmm.
She sent us these gorgeous postcards from Florida. This is a card she wrote us.
That is awesome.
And these are alligators, not crocodiles. Because I took them out, and my mom went, ooh, crocodiles. And I'm like, Mom, Florida, alligators. They don't do crocodiles in Florida. And she was like, yes, they do. And I was like, no, they don't. So I had to prove to my mom, oh, there's the other Christmas tea. And these can go with Sue's collection. She has a massive collection.
Of what, pins?
Yep. She sent 4 of these adorable little pins. We're going to have to clean this one because it stuck to the adhesive on the envelope. So this one is a little kitty that says Tangled. So it's perfect for us.
Oh.
That one says wrong end. Come on.
I don't know why.
It's a bunch of kitties on a fence, and it says
I'll
wrong
take a
end.
picture of them all.
This one is Dreamweaver. Sorry.
Right.
And this one says Spin Sister.
Awesome. I have a
And
huge collection.
This is going with my mummy's collection of fridge magnets from St. Augustine, Florida, which is where she's from.
Thank you. I should show my board of pins at some point.
We are super spoiled. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And she sent this gorgeous mini of hedgehog fibers.
I forgot.
Poor Sue.
Thank you.
Yeah, I thought you'd forgotten because you didn't get all excited when I pulled it out.
No, I didn't realize it was for me, so that will go on a blanket.
And she said, I really apologize. I didn't send any minis for Selma, but you know what? There's enough in these that I can share. They are big enough that I will be able to share, so do not fret. Selma will get a mini.
And they sparkle. She will love them. Is this for Selma?
Yes.
You can keep those. Prove to your mom that, you know.
Alligators in Florida.
Yummy
So
caramel
yesterday, I was not as well behaved as I should have been.
You were okay, though.
You
didn't break the bank.
No, I didn't. I didn't even spend all my money.
Neither did I. Well, maybe I
Although
did.
my daughter helped with that last night. Went through my purse, took my last 5. I saw this from a distance.
I know. I was like, where's Lynn? Oh. Oh my lord. Okay, what time is it? Did I have time to go back to Twist?
And when I tell you how much it cost, you're going to kick yourself.
Is there a card?
Give me a sec. Okay. There is a card. So I got this from Fibre, which is a semi-local fiber producer. She is actually from Saint-Léonard-de-Portneuf in Quebec, which is closer to Quebec City than to here. So this was hanging on the wall next to a sign that said Falkland. 4 ounces, $10.50. So I
didn't realize
ran
how
over.
soft Falkland was. I don't have any.
There's a little bit of EM in here, just a teensiest bit. But I mean,
will check out her website.
So soft. It's a big Santa Claus beard. It's so squishy and it's so soft. And I didn't have any Falkland, and I bought myself a nice little cloud, and I love it.
I told Sarah that you were trying to accumulate all the breeds.
Yes,
And she was like, what? I'm like, yep.
I want all the sheep.
Every time she goes and grabs fiber, it's because she probably
I don't have that
doesn't
one
have
yet.
it.
So I didn't have this one yet, and it cost me $10.50 for 4 ounces, which is dirt cheap. So I was super happy to get that. She had dyed ones too, but I'm working on expanding. Sorry, there's a blackguard here and there. I was trying to get it out. I'm working on expanding my natural breeds. So thank you. And then this, I did not get their business card. And I'm kicking myself, but I did figure out what booth they were in by going through the list, because I knew they were right next to the Art Phil booth. So I went through the list and I found who was next to Art Phil. So this is from, this is Sue's. That's still Sue's. Right. This is from Dragon Strings, which was a fantastic booth. I wanted to buy everything they had, but I limited myself to these 2 minis. Aren't they gorgeous? They also came in sparkly, but I decided that with the Wonder Woman sparklies, I could do just... And it's very similar to the Wonder Woman red. It's a little bit of a brighter red, and I didn't want that close to the same sparkly. So I got these 2 a little bit different, not sparkly, and I love the colors. All of their colors were beautiful. I really have to check out their website because I really want one of their gradients. They had some gorgeous gradient skeins. Absolutely beautiful. So that is Dragon Strings is what they're called. They were lovely women, and they were very friendly, and I hope they come back next year. And then, right across from their booth was Yarn Indulgences.
I think Selma bought yarn from them. Yep.
Hide your head behind the card.
I don't know. I think it's because we're using Movie Maker. I don't know why.
Yeah, maybe. But anyway, Yarn Indulgences, and these are 20 gram minis. So were those. So I've got those minis.
No shame.
Nope.
We don't care. Holy crap.
Well, they were 5 for $24.
Oh,
They were $5 each, or you saved $1 if you bought 5. So I did, and I agonized over which ones I was going to buy.
Oh, it focused?
Sure. Anyway, so I think you can see why I agonized over my choices.
Oh, that
they were
reminds
amazing.
me of like
Don't put that next to
caramel cream.
I know. I love this one. Stay there.
Just little friends.
And I got a little green and
It
blue.
doesn't even look right.
No, it's not even coming up because it's a lot more green than that.
That's just weird. We've had really great colors lately.
Yeah, but it's more green than that. It's a sharper green, a more yellow green.
I give
Grassy green.
It's more like this green back here, which is pulling.
Got this nice blue and white speckled that I loved. This purple and white. I agonized between this and a pink one.
That's more you.
And I wanted this one. Because the pink one was nice, but... And then... This is my favorite.
That reminds me of a pumpkin.
Uh-huh. It reminds me of Pumpkin Patch by... is it Rachel?
Yeah.
That did Pumpkin Patch? It reminds me of Rachel's Pumpkin Patch. Yeah. Pull that out.
Okay.
Sue bought a sock blank in Pumpkin Patch.
I wonder why I bought it. Hey, Sue, look at this.
Yeah, I did that. I totally take responsibility for that one. I was like, Sue, look at the sock blanks. And she says, I'm not buying yarn. I said, this isn't yarn. It's a sock blank. And she's like, okay.
And Rachel just burst out laughing. How many times did we visit her booth? Like 4, 5 times?
I don't know, but they weren't sorry that I kept coming.
No.
Rachel had little mini pieces of sock that she had knit up in every one of her stripy yarns.
This big.
And they were pinned onto this board at the front of her booth by little,
like
little clothespins. It was really adorable. And she also, I swear, absolute genius, this kid. She had a Christmas tree with balls of her yarn hanging on it like ornaments. It was gorgeous. It was the best display in the whole place. And, I mean, it was attracting people because she was right at the entrance.
And she demanded being right at the entrance, which I'm very proud of her. She's like, I want to be seen.
And she was.
I'm a sponsor.
She was. Oh, yeah, and they forgot to mention that she was a sponsor at the opening speech, and she was like, excuse me.
And people were even like, oh, that's yarn on the tree.
Well, they thought that it was just balls with yarn wrapped around it, and she was like, no, these are my yarn balls. This is how I sell my yarn. And so people were really, really impressed with her booth, and she worked hard on it, and she deserved to have a really successful weekend.
May or may not have a sweater quantity coming in the green apple.
Not
poison
surprised.
apple.
Not surprised.
What? She was
So
nice.
those are my minis from
They're really nice.
the Yarn Indulgences ladies.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't actually buy a full skein of yarn at Twist. And then, hang on, there's more. Sorry, trying to get out all the stuff that
Sorry,
I've already
not sorry.
seen. There was this lovely booth.
Was that the one soap booth we saw that we thought was so tiny?
It was a teeny booth. It was a half booth size.
But she's selling soap.
Well, she's selling soap, and she didn't need a lot of space. And where's the damn business card now? I can't find it. But it's Apple Road Goat Milk Soaps. She's local to us. She's from Wakefield.
Oh, that close.
And she sells in a couple of little gift shops in Wakefield as well. I'll show you a picture of her. Oh, well, you can't really. The tag is just a little piece of stamped cardboard. So I got this one for Rob. It's called Gardeners and Mechanics, and it smells kind of amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's minty, and I can tell you what's in it. Peppermint, tea tree, lavender, wintergreen, and there's activated charcoal in it. It's supposed to. There's also some gritty stuff in it that is supposed to help clean grease and stuff off your hands.
Hence
so
the name.
I figured he's constantly getting greasy playing with the bikes and lawnmower and
And he
snowblower.
appreciates handmade soaps.
He does. He still has the one that I bought him from Rhinebeck on his bathroom counter because he only uses it for special occasions. He puts it out when I bring them down. I'm like, but I bought it for you!
And I'm like, oh.
It's nice soap. So I bought that one for him, and I bought this one for me. This one's plain Jane. It's got no scent. No,
But it's a handmade soap.
It is literally olive oil, coconut oil, goat milk, and shea butter and vitamin E. That's it. It's got nothing in it.
It still smells nice. There's no
It
smell,
smells nice, but it's it smells like soap.
It's just not chemically, not
fruity,
it's not
and
anything.
it's not. There's no artificial scent in it, so I should be okay with it, and that's why I bought it for
Hide
me.
that from your daughter.
And I bought myself a lip balm, which I left at home because I used it last night, and
she read
it's on
the
my bedside
ingredients
table.
first.
Well, I asked her. I said, "Do you have any mango butter in any of your stuff?" And she checked. Because she says, well, I know I have mango butter at home, but I don't know if it's in any of this stuff. So she checked for me, and no, there was no mango butter. So yay, I can use the lip balm. So that's all I bought at Twist. And then we left Twist.
And at the tea corner leaving Twist was
a yarn shop.
And she's like, well, we have to go in.
Well, yeah, because she was having a sale for Twist.
Tiniest little shop.
It's called the Boutique Chez Marjolaine.
It's in like the size of a bathroom part.
There you go.
At the front of her house.
Well, I'd say more like a small kitchen.
Small kitchen, yeah.
It's tiny. The front room of her house, and the whole rest of her house is her house.
Did you tell Selma about that yet?
Nope. So I bought 2 skeins of Bergère de France Luberon in the Eau Vive colorway. It's coming up a little greener than it. Well, it's sort of a bluey greeny gray.
It's a bluey green, yeah, but yeah.
It's not that bright. It's a little bit darker than that. That's about right. So I bought those to make Rob socks, and this is a weird blend for a sock yarn. It's 65-35 merino and nylon instead of 75-25 or 70 or 80-20. So it's 65-35. I could tell when I picked it up that it was more nylon than normal because it is shiny and it does feel more nylon.
And it will wear well.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking because he does wear his hand-knit socks a lot. And so far we have not yet had a pair wear out. But if I can make them last longer, I will. So I bought these for him. And then
realized that this stuff was on sale too.
Yeah.
Selma and I both have this brand.
These balls were $5 each. These ones were $5.95. They were marked at $8.50, but she says, no, those are on sale too. All the discontinued stuff was 60% off. This stuff was 30% off. So, you remember Selma's love affair with the Bergère de France Gumi 50? They had the Imprime Beige and the Imprime Prune there, and I was really tempted because I really like how those knit up. But I didn't want to copycat Selma. So I got Imprime Bleu.
Yeah, I've got a bright green and a kind of grayish charcoal for Sean.
So I bought 4 skeins of sock yarn, really, 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 really good sock yarn for $20. Hooray! Yep. And supported a local business at the same time. Yeah. And we had never been into that yarn shop before, even though we've been going to Twist since the beginning. So there we go. That was my weekend. What damage did you do?
Where?
Because not only did she buy yarn at Stitches and Twist, she was also ordering yarn.
What yarn came in the mail before I left was what I could get my hands on Wool and Vine's sale. I did not want this base, but this is what I got because every time I would change my mind, gone. So
Don't change your mind.
No, I know. I got her Nouveau base, which is 100% superwash merino, 400 yards.
And it's a single.
And it's a single ply, and this is the Neptunia colorway. And that's true to color. So it's going to go into a shawl, most likely. And if you don't know Wool and Vine yarns,
what rock have you been hiding under?
Get your head out of the sand. She will be at Indie Untangled the Friday before Rhinebeck.
Which we likely will be at.
Yeah.
Because I think we're leaving first thing in the morning, aren't we?
Thursday?
Are we going on Thursday?
Or Friday morning? Friday morning, yeah. So, awesome mail day when that came. Absolutely loved it. Okay, so my stitches damage. This was the first thing because
I picked it up and shoved it in her face.
Pretty much. 75, 25 superwash nylon, 463 yards. It's called the Great Pumpkin Patch.
And I'm not the slightest bit sorry.
Nope.
Not even a little.
Like, it's packaged so prettily that I don't want to dig into it, but I will. And I love the logo. Then, of course, I went back to her booth, and
she kept hemming and hawing over this.
Christmas Lights, the non-sparkly version, which is strong twist based, 400 yards, 80 superwash BFL in nylon. That, like...
It knits up so pretty.
And her mom was knitting it there, which is really funny because her mom was sitting there at the booth with her and people kept going right to her mom. And Brenda would be like, no.
I'm just here for the ride. Owner. She works here.
She's what, 20 now?
Yeah.
And she's been dyeing since she was 17. So, this, I love it. It's gorgeous.
She's a hell of a dyer and she's a hell of a businesswoman.
Mm-hmm. And this was the other one that Lynn showed earlier, the Fibrarium. Because look at that.
Conservatory sock in funfetti.
It's like all kinds of gorgeousness. And then we saw Megan, who is Just From Knit, and Corey, who is iRock Knits. Megan is from the Stockinette Zombies. And last year they were talking about the book that they were going to produce. And, well, they were there, selling their book, promoting signing their book.
They were in Stephen B's booth.
Yeah, he kindly let them have a little piece of his booth. So they signed it for me. And I love the way the paper it's printed on. And I'm not going to go over it right now.
It's laminated paper. It's so nice.
And they're called Knit Cahoots.
And it was printed by who again?
Yarn Hoarder.
Right.
Yarn Hoarder and her husband printed it. And she was working in the Leading Men Fiber Arts booth. So yeah. It was a great price too. It was awesome. I don't know where to put anything.
It's your house.
I know. I got this while we were at one of the grocery stores because Sarah
went to Woodman's.
Sarah bought 5 or 6 boxes apparently because it was a great price.
It was on sale.
I've never tried it. I'm going to try it.
I'm going to claim 1 bag of that. Because I didn't buy any.
I
had no money when we were at Stitches.
I got this from one of the booths and I don't even remember what booth it was. It's My Fiber Project Journey.
Thanks, Mom.
And I've been looking for a book, but the problem with Amazon and that is they don't show you everything, all the things. And so there's knitting crochet projects notes in here. There's needles. There's fiber stash and hooks. Like, it's full. I love it. So that's going to be great. And I love the little logo. I'm just gonna... Then we went to a drugstore.
Yeah, that was a Walgreens.
And she had to come out with this.
I came out with that.
And I'm like, that
school supplies were on clearance.
is all kinds of awesome. I forgot my Kleenex box over there. I got a box of Kleenex with a minion on it too, because it's a minion. And we also went to, is that my Stitches stash? I think so. We went to a bookstore, which was called...
The Armadillo Pillow.
The Armadillo's Pillow.
Armadillo's Pillow. We found it by accident. Poor Sarah was like, do you think we could find a bookstore while we're around here? And I'm like, there are no bookstores near where Rob lives. But we were driving around downtown on our way to Navy Pier and Dewey's, and we got stuck in traffic.
And we could
like,
see the bookstore.
Really stuck. Traffic didn't move for like 40 minutes. So I'm looking across the intersection. I'm like, is that a used bookstore? And Sarah's like, can we stop, please, 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 please?
So then we had to find parking.
So we found parking and we walked back the 3 or 4 blocks to the bookstore and we hung out there for a while because it is the perfect used bookstore.
Every time you go into
books stacked on every surface, all the way up to the ceiling, big comfy places to sit.
It was alphabetized in genres.
Yeah.
But there was still like stacks of books beside that you would look through. And I was looking for some, and on the way out, you were at the cash, or Rob was at the cash, I saw this. And I have a love affair with this kind of stuff. And I did not know this author existed. And he also has Nefertiti and Egypt, which are these. They're shown on the back, which I have on order right now.
And I picked up a copy of My Life with Martin Luther King by Coretta Scott King. And I picked up... It was a Sherlock Holmes-based novel, but not by Conan Doyle. So I don't remember who it was by, but it was the Sherlock Holmes mystery written by somebody else. And Sarah bought a few books as well, so that was super fun. What is that?
This is my club shipment of Darn Good Yarn, which is basically $10 American, but when you convert it in the shipping, it's $20 Canadian. And this is what I got.
That's awfully pink.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know what was coming. It's
not your pink.
No, it's fair trade reclaimed silk waste yarn. We talked about them a few, maybe 10 or 15 episodes back. This is DK weight.
It's a really pretty pink.
It is.
Can you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah. If you want it, you can have it.
Oh, it's soft. Oh my.
I won't knit it because I don't like the color, but I still... It's like you don't know what you're going to get. The 5mm crochet hook, these tiny little size 8, US 8 5mm DPNs.
Those are very short.
I know.
This is
and then their postcard, and it describes a bit about the yarn club. And then I got a pattern.
Picture, if you will, a baby kitten. It is softer than a baby kitten.
And this is the tiered aired plant hanger. And so you can knit it and you can crochet it. It's got both of them in there. And that's probably why the needles are so tiny.
This is yarn you don't want to sniff, though.
No. Not bag. No. Not the bag. So I'm kindly gifting that to Lynn. Do you want the other stuff that goes with it?
No.
And so
I will find something suitable in my scratch.
I mean, it doesn't bother me because I'm supporting a great cause. So if you look up Darn Good Yarn, there's a whole story, and it's pretty amazing. We also went to the Black Cat, which is a cross-stitch store.
Black Cat Stitchery, yes.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, Rob did pick up my calendar.
Oh, good. And Lynn knows about this, so don't freak out. She knows it's coming, and I've been looking at the pattern online, but I checked because we had seen this pattern actually crocheted, cross-stitched up, and it was on the wall the last time we went.
In like a bell pull style with fabric around the edges.
To order it, it just costs a little bit more, and I actually wanted to go into the store, and she checked, and she had it. So now I can go to the website and look for the fabric, but I might have fabric that you gave me in my stash.
I don't know that it's long enough.
Neither do I. So, anyways, I know how much the fabric costs. I know where to get it because I've already priced that out from last year, and so that will be coming very soon. And this is her 2 favorite kinds of flowers.
I love sunflowers, and I have a weakness for morning glories, especially the blue ones. Mm-hmm. There are white ones growing all along the Ottawa River path. And I saw this, and
last year I bought a honeybee pattern, and then she saw this. It's got pretzels, and there's an actual
little pretzel charm.
And I grabbed a couple of pens, and then I saw these, and I had to have it because, you know,
it was green.
And it's got a
That's
little...
not the right green on screen, but it's green.
It's got a little pouch at the back, which
and
I thought
she's
was
a
really
sucker
cute.
for notebooks.
I am. Stationery.
And yet I couldn't get her to go into the stationery store in St. Anthony Avenue yesterday.
Nope. Didn't do it. Yeah, I'll put that in back.
I was going to say, you really need to crinkle that some more.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
And then...
Okay, then Joann's. Well, Joann's and Pocket, because I went to ours.
You know your bag is split right down the side, right?
So I went into Joann's, and the first thing I saw was this. I'm a sucker. And
I waited outside.
And then why I like this, I have no idea, but I had to have it.
It's cephalopods.
I don't know. It was great. Then I went in and found the sale. What do you call that? Ends?
The clearance.
The clearance. Yeah. And I didn't realize that the price on the tag was not even the price I was going to get when I got to the cash. It was a fraction of the prices on the tags. So I got this. It's a very thick canvas for an outside of a bag. This is another one. That was quite pretty.
I like that one.
Yeah. And then this one I just thought was funny. It's hot. It's hot sauce.
Oh.
I don't know why.
In Wisconsin? Really?
Mm-hmm. Then I thought this was quite cute.
No, we weren't in Wisconsin. That one was in Illinois.
It's kind of a
Christmassy stuff. Hey, Holly, look. Christmas.
and it's red. Then I got this because...
She's knitting ornaments again.
Yeah, I'll be knitting those this year. She gifted me one set. Because, of course, you know. Oh, when there's more. Smileys. Like, some of these were $1. Once the, like, all the discounts. Because I didn't realize it's discounts over discounts over discounts.
And I'm standing there going, I wonder if they know that there's a coupon on the website that they could use for 50% off. And Rob was like, why don't you go tell them? And I'm like, I could do that.
Star Wars?
I love that brown one. That's pretty.
Yeah, this might have to be an outside of a bag.
I think it has to be at least half of the outside of the bag.
Mm-hmm. And then I got another Star Wars.
Because you can never have enough Star Wars.
No. And then this was the last one, and it's not canvas, but it's not plastic.
It's a very stiff cotton.
Yeah, so it's going to be a great, like, for a bottom of a bag.
Yeah.
Because I have the bag that I made Selma for her birthday. I'll be making more. And then I went to my local fabric store because they were having a huge sale for members. I got thread because I ran out of white thread of all things. I needed a gray interior. I got my gray.
I was looking at the other side because it's floofy.
Oh, yeah, cats. And then I saw this.
That's gorgeous.
I wanted 2 meter, I don't know what it was. And there was only a little bit left.
So she bought the whole thing.
I'm like, there's half a meter left. I can't leave that there because they'll make that into fat quarters and sell it for double the price. So I got a lot of this. And then I got this.
For interiors.
Yep. Which is very nice. I have something similar, but not quite. Can you see?
Oh, I like that one.
This is all in their clearance section.
Wow.
Yeah. It's knit stitches. And what she likes, she gets. So she just has to tell me which one she wants. Because that's how I roll. And I got 2 other blues that were $1.99 a yard. Or a meter.
And they are vaguely different. Like, slightly different.
And I need the plain colors. I don't have a lot of plain colors.
Hooray.
So, yeah. I got some stuff.
The pile is just growing at her feet.
And then the last thing was, for the podcast, I contacted Interweave, which is F&W Media, and asked for these books. So this is Alternate Stitch Dictionary by Andrea Rangel.
Are they all color work?
I haven't looked at it yet.
I think they are.
Take a look. And that's hardcover, which I really like. I've been wanting this one for a while. Highland Knits, which is it's Outlander.
Yes, it's all about color work.
It's knitwear inspired by Outlander.
Which I haven't seen yet.
This is several different designers are in this book. I got this one specifically for Lynn. Continuous Crochet. And this is by Kristen Omdahl. So you get to take that home.
Woo!
And I got Rugged Knits, which is by Andrea Rangel, which is the same designer as the alternate.
This one.
Which is this one. So we have 4 books that we will be reviewing very soon.
Over the next couple of months.
Do you want to take any of them home?
Not right this second.
Okay.
Because I'm not going home after this.
Okay. And I think I'm done.
Not quite.
I have more stash.
You haven't showed your twist stuff yet.
Oh yeah, twist. Oh shoot, where is it?
It's in a bag on the floor. Just start handing over.
So, this is called Artful Grace in the Orchid colorway. And there are 6 of them, which I didn't realize was sport until afterwards, but I should have known because Tanya gave me a skein in green. See? Yep. So that is Artful. They have amazing prices. Even their regular stuff is good price because Sarah got a skein of, was it Erin? Wait. And the reason I got this, first of all, because she pointed out the little basket, and I saw that, and I picked up, there were 8 of them, and I had all 8 in my hand. And one lady was like, if you have any rejects, so I ended up putting 2 back. I want a faded sweater.
They're cashmere now.
Nylon. And I wanted a faded sweater, even though it's sport. Selma suggested I do a swatch in a 4mm because I'm doing my So Faded in a 3.75 and see, and then I'll adjust from there. But who doesn't want a cashmere sweater? That was the money I would have spent on
blank yarn for dyeing.
Undyed yarn.
We couldn't find.
We couldn't find any cones, and I'm less like, eh. And then Wednesday I'll be buying my sweater quantity from Rachel.
Because Wednesday's payday.
Yep. And then I'm going to let you announce this.
Woohoo, because I picked the color.
She did.
So, Rachel, being ever gracious and generous, offered us a skein for a giveaway on the podcast. So, not only were we spoiled, because I got my mini of, I didn't bring with me, but she made me a mini of the Pumpkin Spice Latte colorway, which was new this year, and she had already sold out by the time we got there. So, she was knitting with it, and she had made me a mini. So, I got spoiled, and I got a mini. And so she said, well, I want you guys to pick a skein to give away on the podcast. So I looked and I looked and I looked and I went through all the names of all the colorways and I looked through everything. And I decided on this. It's gray, blue, and purple. It knits up absolutely gorgeous. And the colorway is called My Favorite Things because Rachel is one of my very favorite things, even though she's not a thing. She's a person, but still.
She makes your favorite things.
Her yarn is one of my very favorite things. And we got nice big, huge Texas hugs from her and her mom. And had a blast hanging out with them. And it was so nice to be able to finally meet them and hang out. And
We've VKN'd with them, just had not met them. And the fact that she was there, it was
yeah,
just like...
That was just like...
That was the cherry on top of the sundae for the whole trip.
It was totally the highlight of Stitches for
Can
me.
you tell we love you? Just a bit.
So this is My Favorite Things on her high twist sock, which is 80/20 merino and nylon superwash. It's 400 yards and 100 grams, and this will make one of you a very, very, very lovely pair of socks or mittens or whatever the heck you happen to want to knit with it. So we decided that you should go to Rachel's Ravelry yarn page. So go to Night Owl Fibers yarn page on Ravelry. Go through the colorways she has produced in the past and the ones that she currently has available, and tell us what your favorite is. Doesn't matter if she hasn't produced it since she was 17. We want to know what your favorite is, and then we will choose a winner in 2 weeks. Is that the weekend I'm not here?
Next weekend's the 25th. The weekend after that is the long weekend.
What's the long weekend?
4th of the 7th. Like,
I'm in... Oh, I don't leave. My flight's not till 5 on Saturday.
okay.
So I'll be here. Sorry.
So Saturday...
It's not 2 weeks to Vermont Sheep and Wool. It's 2 weeks to Labor Day, which is when I'm going to be in Chicago with Rob, but I don't leave until 5 p.m. on Saturday, so I will be here to record. As long as we do it a little bit earlier.
So what day are you going?
I'm leaving on the second. Yes.
The 2nd. Okay.
And I come home on the 5th.
Yep.
So tune in Labor Day weekend, and you will find out who wins this little bit of gorgeousness. And quite frankly, it is a sacrifice for us to give this because it's so soft and pretty. But Rachel intended it for you guys, so we will be good and give it away.
Yep. And if you watch The Canadian Knitter,
she also has a skein to give away.
So you have 2 chances.
Head on over to Sarah's and watch her podcast. I think she recorded a couple of days ago, yesterday or the day before.
So the pièce de résistance of my Stitches purchases was this.
Yeah, I forgot my minis. I don't know where I put them.
I had to look for them because I couldn't remember. I was like, wait a minute, I have minis.
I think they're in my lunchbox.
So this is Polly Designs, Polly Studios, and I bought my first yarn bowl from them, and I also bought my sheep mug from them, but my small yarn bowl broke. And I'm not even going to get to how. So Amanda Polly, it was her husband that was there this year, and
he was so much fun. There we go. We apparently exceeded 60 minutes, so the thing cut us off.
But we got right away. We didn't miss.
Yes, okay. We didn't miss anything.
So, as I was saying, I got myself this gorgeous yarn bowl from Polly Designs, and in it I have minis from the two ladies from Knit for Brains, which is a mom and daughter podcast with Laura and Alicia.
I also have 2 minis from them, but I left them at home. Sorry.
And so I got, this one is, oh, it's just,
they don't say what they are.
So this is like a Christmassy one. This one is just, you know, they had like 3 bags of minis, and we're just like
passing
going
them
around. And they all seem to be about 11 to 13 grams.
Yep.
This is a sparkly one. Totally not the right color. And then the last thing I didn't show was my mini I bought from Rachel.
It's not coming up
No,
the right
the
green
green
either.
is just not, it's not doing it.
It's a really bright highlightery green.
Yep. 92, so it's a 20 gram grasshopper cocktail is what it's called.
I always want to try a grasshopper.
Okay.
I don't know if I could get that virgin.
You should be able to.
I don't know what's in it, so. It's minty. She wouldn't like it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's the free pattern she gave us.
Yes.
And I think...
Which is her pattern, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on the floor.
It's your house?
It is. It was clean. It is not anymore. So that's it. And the last thing that I missed in the notes was we did announce the winner for the 5-year podiversary, and it was Donna55, and she has contacted me with her address, and I put together something today that I will mail out this week, so you can expect that in your mailbox.
With lots of little bits and pieces
yeah,
from all over the place.
From all kinds of little bits and pieces, and we would just want to thank you all for staying with us for the past 5 years.
And hopefully maybe one day we will make it to episode 2011.
So that's it.
I think we've babbled on long enough.
I think so. So we will see you all next week. Bye.